Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing Love, Lost and Other Things. It's the film directed by Kairi Kasum, I assume. Please pardon my French. But this is not a new film per se. It was in cinemas in the year 2023 and is only hitting streaming now on Kaba. And so a wide audience around the world can finally see it and talk about it. And yes, I think I have a thing or two to say about this film because it is an interesting one. This film stars Osas Ighodaro, Ramsey Nouah in one of his very few acting roles these days, Wale Ojo, Gloria Young, who again, Real Warri Pikin, and a couple of other people. The film centers around Osas's character. Her name is Lydia. Now, when the film opens, Lydia is married to this guy, CJ, played by Wale Ojo. Both of them are having something that is, I think it's the anniversary. Yes, their 5 years of marriage anniversary party. Not much of a party, just a dinner, simple dinner. We see the four of them here. These two are their friends, and we'll later get to learn that all four went to the same secondary school. So I think they've been lovers from before. Now, this should have been my first cue to know that this is a story of enduring love, one true love. But at the beginning, I was a bit not sure where exactly this was going. Now, Lydia and CJ don't have a great marriage, especially in the bedroom. That's where a lot of their issues are. Um, it's funny because we see Lydia try to satisfy herself because her husband couldn't, literally couldn't. The film shows us that after this, their anniversary, they try to have sex and then he's done and he doesn't care about her own satisfaction. She tries to get herself, done with, and then he's taking offense to the of all days. And then she's like, you know what? I'm done with this marriage. And that's how they divorce. Now, Lydia is back in the market. I think some time passes, but we are not exactly sure. I think it's 2 or 3 years. Yes, 2, 3 years. We're sure. Sorry. It was confirmed later. It wasn't written on the screen. 3 years later. So please, pardon my French. Now, these 3 years that they leap into the future, Lydia has had a bit of interesting, time. She says that 2 years before that 3 years, she was keeping herself for her husband in case they find their way back to each other. But on the third year, a lot of things is happening. We have Ramsey Nouah's character, Khalid, who is a very wealthy guy. He has money. He splurges just to get her attention. He supports this real estate project she does. I think with the tune of 1 billion. I can't remember the currency, whether it was Naira or dollars. But I mean, I won't put it behind him to support with $1 billion. After all, he paid someone $1 million just to leave his love interest. So he's a very wealthy guy. That much is clear. Lydia is enjoying the attention, even though she knows this guy is married. I'm not exactly sure if she was cutting his attention because he's a Muslim and, they're permitted to pick more than one wife. But she was enjoying his attention. That much is clear. They go on multiple dates and all, and she's sort of the darling in a sense that while I'm enjoying this, she just can't seem to make up her mind. That much is also clear. Her friend, Real Warri Pikin, who plays her friend, I can't remember the character's name, but yes, played by Real Warri Pikin, tries to advise her to, stay clear and then chart your course. And then there's this mystery character in the past whom Lydia had an encounter with, and, it sort of troubles her. And it's a bit of an interesting thing. Then Kunle Remi's character comes into play later. Also one of their friends from high school. I mean, this has to be one of those secondary schools everybody stays together for life because, I mean, there's even a scene where there's a class reunion and it's so interesting, But yeah, so Kunle Remi comes into play, his character Soji, also into Lydia, and everybody wants Lydia. I mean, look at Osas, she's beautiful. Later we get to learn that Soji is the mystery character from her past, whom she had slept with while she was still married to CJ, and it's a lot of things out. Long and short of the story is that it is one of enduring love, like I said. At the end of the day, Lydia finds her way back to CJ, who is established is her one true love. Whatever issues they were having, they could have found their way back to each other. But even though they went their separate ways, they still found their way back to each other, which is fine, I guess. That is the long and short of the story. That is the main message behind this. And in terms of the execution, I think more could have been done to really paint the picture they were going for, Sometimes stories can be as easy and as simple as this, following a lady on the journey of her life. It doesn't have to be something really complicated. So I enjoyed that part of the story. That was just about us keeping up with Lydia. Yes, they had titled it that, I wouldn't have mind because I was enjoying it. But a lot of times before the ending, I was struggling to understand where is all this going, where would it? Because whether we're keeping up with Lydia or not, the story has to be going somewhere. And a lot of times I struggled to understand fully where it was going to. That was one of the issues I had with it. But in terms of performances, I think the performance from Osas was okay. It helped to, just helped to keep things a bit steady when when my confusion was on overdrive. But I don't think this is Osas's best work. Neither do I think it's Wale Ojo's best work. Now, in fact, in the very first scene, or not the first scene, but in the early scene, the one where both of them had the argument where Lydia says she's done with the marriage, the writing and the acting performances there was, in my opinion, a disservice to these two actors. Now, Wale Ojo particularly, I'm a fan of his, a huge fan since the days of Phone Swap. I think he's a fantastic actor when given a fantastic material. And I think for the most part that the material he gets to work with here, especially in the beginning, was just not up to what he could deliver. And so we just get to see him, so, but for the most part, for what they have to work with, they try their best. They try their best. And I also makes it watchable to an extent. Ramsey Nouah's character, Khalid, wealthy guy, his accent, his northern accent fluttered a bit. And I personally would have liked if he didn't have an accent. I mean, we are northerners without the accent. So when he was introduced, they tried to do this accent thingy, the cliche accent. And while it was fine, my problem, like I said, with it was that it wasn't steady. Come and go like Nepal light. But overall, Love, Lust, and Other Things is an okay watch. It is a decent watch. It is a decent watch, I guess. It's a decent watch. I did not hate it, but I did not absolutely love it. I just thought, okay, yeah, nice. I've kept up with Lydia. What next? Well, let me know. Have you seen Love, Lust, and Other Things? Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And as usual, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.